Hello, everyone. This is Michelle and Gardner with the Family Timeout podcast. We'll be discussing sports, pop culture, and parenting because kids aren't the only ones that need a timeout. Right, Gardner?
You know what? I'm going to give this one to you because I know it's a sad day.
Speaking of,
sad day.
If you're watching the video, would have seen that I just added a candle to my set
Where'd you get that?
from our decor upstairs.
You just took it off. Okay.
Gardner, this is not a joke.
I know. No, it's
Is it on yet? Oh, it is on.
I apologize.
We are in mourning.
Yes, we are.
Baltimore as a whole in mourning.
I don't think it's as a whole.
No, it should be. We should be upset.
I get it. No,
I don't care what people think about Harbaugh, okay? At the end of the day, it's like losing a second father. Did I cry at Chipotle when I saw the news? Did I? Did we all?
Yes. But, I mean, yeah, we were all crying in that Chipotle. I mean, maybe we weren't showing it. But yeah, you did tear up in the Chipotle a little bit. When you
This has just been the worst week. That game on Monday.
Yeah.
Or Sunday. Trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I cried at the end of that game, too.
I know.
I've had an emotional week, okay?
Yeah, it was
and
rough.
it hasn't gotten much better. And we're filming this pod the day after the announcement of Harbaugh leaving, parting ways / being fired. Yeah. And I'm upset about it, and we will talk about it.
I feel like it's going to be the focus of most of the episode because that's a big
Because I can't talk about anything else.
Yeah, it's a big one.
But we will talk about other things first.
Yes.
And then we will get into our funeral.
Yes.
It's been a while. We've been off since basically December.
Beginning of December. It would have been the week before December 8th, whatever that was.
Yeah, we went to Disney. We came back. It was my birthday. It was Christmas. We were just having a great old time.
I know. Did we ever say that you're a little Christmas baby?
I am a Christmas baby.
Yeah, you were born on Christmas.
Thank you to everyone to celebrate me.
Yes.
Over the holiday
nice
season.
Of you guys. They all celebrated your birth, and now we're all mourning death.
Wow, mourning death. Thank you for making that sad. Where's your candle?
I did not bring a candle.
Oh, we are both wearing black.
Yes.
That's very appropriate.
You did say I had to wear black.
I did ask him to wear black. He was going to wear a jersey. That's just, unless you had a Harbaugh jersey.
Yeah, what is this, a sports podcast?
Unless you had a Harbaugh jersey. Do you have one of those?
No.
I'm gonna get one made that says 18, and it's gonna say Harbaugh on the back.
Only nerd fans have like the coach's name on the back.
Wait, is that a real thing?
I see it sometimes, and I'm like, get a life or get a friend.
Well, you'll have to be saying that to me.
I don't like that, and I don't like when people get their own last name on their jersey. I'm like,
yeah,
come on.
But yeah, so we've been out and about. I hope everyone had a good holiday. Mm-hmm. We sure did. We went to Disney, our first real trip with the baby.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was nice it was cool to see Raven. She's not 2 yet. She will be very soon.
Another thing to mourn.
I've said this to family, but I felt like when I was telling her, hey, we're going to see Mickey and Minnie, she was like, yeah, I'm sure, Dad. We're going to see the Mickey Mouse and the Minnie Mouse. And then the parade happened, and then she saw him, and she didn't know what she was like.
Yeah, she was blowing kisses. It was so sweet. She was so happy. And it was late. The parade was at like 8:30.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And
most nights on the trip, we were able to get her down at a reasonable time. But that night, it was the Christmas party, and I just wanted her to see a parade. It would be her first time ever seeing a parade. A lot of firsts on this trip. Mm-hmm. So she was tired, and she didn't know why we were sitting and waiting for this stupid show to come on. But as soon as like Mickey and Minnie came down, they were like the first people. Yeah. She was locked in, and she just loved it. And we were right in the front, so all the characters would interact with her. Mm-hmm. It was just so cute.
Yeah.
But that was just the first day.
And then she found her love for Pluto, which we didn't expect.
Yeah, we didn't know. We knew she loved Stitch.
Mickey
and Minnie.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto was one she liked.
Loved him. Yeah. And I didn't even know all of a sudden, she could start saying Pluto. She said Goofy. Yep. She knew the difference between the two, mm-hmm. and I don't even know the difference between the two. Really?
One's a dog, and the other one's a dog.
They're both dogs, and one's way cuter than the other one.
Yeah, and one is like a dog to Goofy, but Goofy's also a dog, so he has like a pet.
I don't know. It's
dog.
Confusing. But she knew the difference.
Yeah.
And yeah, in general, I was quite nervous for this trip. I will say I started prepping for this trip like mid-October, okay? So if you are contemplating taking your baby, well, baby, a year and like 9 months on a trip, definitely start planning early. Especially we were going right after Black Friday and getting things shipped. I knew would be delayed, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get ahead of this, start making lists, get things bought and put away, and I'm glad I did that for sure. Um, we were so stressed about the plane. She did good on the plane. We departed right during her nap, which when we booked the tickets like months ago, I thought that would be a good idea. But she was so jazzed up about the plane because to prepare for this, I got her a little airplane book because I just was she gets nervous when there's new things, obviously, and I didn't want her to be stressed. And plus, you're on an airplane. Like,
Yeah.
think about going out for the first time. You're like, what the heck is going on? So I bought her a little book, and we would show her like YouTube videos of people on a plane and try to normalize it as much as we could. And actually, I think it helped. I think she loved the airplane. Like, she wasn't scared at all. I
Yes.
thought turbulence would freak her out or
Yeah.
like liftoff. Didn't care.
I think it was just like bigger than her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just beyond like concept
Yeah.
of like that would be a scary thing. So
Yeah.
so it's like I know that we have, millennial parents like to listen to this, and for those who are afraid of traveling, we really face that fear. And I
Yeah.
felt like we did pretty good. I think your prep for 3 months beforehand, starting then really kind of helped her be comfortable, and so thank you for that. That was pretty awesome. But yeah, it was.
Yeah, so she was supposed to take a nap. That was pushed back for like an hour because she was just like
Yeah.
excited. She loved the seatbelt.
Hmm.
And also she wanted her own seat. We thought she wouldn't. I thought when we booked the tickets, she would be scared and would want to sit in her lap because during the time when we bought the plane tickets, which was months prior, she was very like anything. Like we took her on a hayride during September, October, and she wanted to sit on her lap. She wanted to sit next to us. She always wanted to sit on our lap. So we're like, okay, well, she'll definitely want to sit on our lap for the plane. Nope.
No interest.
Didn't want to talk to us. Didn't know us. She wanted her own seat. She wanted to order a drink. And we had an older Southwest plane, and I felt like it was definitely a little smaller because when
smaller,
we
yeah.
came back, we had a new one. Definitely more space.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So she's having her meltdown, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like what I didn't want to happen. I don't want her to cry on a plane. Like I really, and of course it's gonna happen, and we will do anything to stop it. Of course, we're not gonna just let her scream on an airplane. But I was like, I don't know what we can do.
Yeah.
Raven sat in between us. She finally fell asleep on me after lots of coaxing, but she finally fell asleep, and then we had a good rest of the flight. And on the way home, she passed out. Our flight got delayed. And man, it's so funny to see toddlers when they are passed out of sleep. I literally, we were out in the waiting area. I stood up, scanned my boarding pass, walked through the tunnel, found our seat, ducked under to sit, got my seatbelt on. She's just on me, passed out of sleep.
Yeah.
And she slept we lifted off, took off. Nothing woke her for a while. She was just passed out of sleep. So when she woke up, she was just wanted snacks and was fine. Yeah, so the flight, I just be as prepared as you can be. I think overall we had a decent experience. It could have been better. It could have been worse. It could have been way worse. So I think we did great. I think she did great.
Yeah.
We were there for about a week. We pretty much stuck to her scheduled nap time and bedtimes. We weren't sure how we were going to plan that out. Some people let their kids sleep in their strollers through their naps. Others go back to their room. We just went back to the room because she was just so tired. There's so much for her to see and what's going on. In general, she loved it. Eating was fine. They obviously have everything you could want. The Christmas party, we got cookies and she loved the cookies. We had a suite with my parents, so she got to run amok in between both our rooms, and we had like a common area, and she loved that.
Got to watch way too much Disney.
Yeah, she watched too much Disney, but we were like, it's on we're vacation. We also had to like get things ready for the park. It's a lot of planning. That is one thing that definitely changed when you have a child for Disney. We used to plan for our park bags, but man, it's a lot more. Stroller, we need to put the things that go in the bottom of the stroller in a bigger bag, so when the buses come, we can take that out and can we fold up the stroller? It's definitely a lot more.
And the fact of just dealing with a bus and a stroller, that's something I'd never
Never done
we've
it.
never had to deal with that before. So, but then you learned because there's a lot
Yeah.
of buses and big help. I thought one of the biggest helps was your sister was there, and
Yeah, family.
she's in Georgia, or goes to school in Georgia. So it was nice to see her, and it was nice to see Raven and her aunt just bond for the first time like that. That
Yeah.
was really fun, and so she was there to help out, which was really cool. Yeah, yeah.
And as long as you have some help, like it's nice to have some help. I know a couple times you went back and put her down for a nap on your own, which I couldn't believe that you did that by yourself.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked it
Because you have the baby, and you have the stroller, and you have the bag full of stuff, and yeah, you really just gotta plan ahead for that kind of stuff.
I just figured out a system of like how to just carry it the least. And then what was nice, like everyone was nice down there. So like anyone like offered to help, I didn't need it, but like there was always like 4 parents that would be like, "Hey, you need me to help you with that?"
Yeah, definitely look at TikTok and in the internet and YouTube for tips. I mean, we bought everything. We brought our own stroller, so we brought stroller covers. We bought a stroller cover for the rain. We bought parkas. We had tons of sunscreen. We just had no rain. It was sunny sometimes, but it was kind of cold. So yeah, the weather was just different.
Yeah, we're set for like a lot of future vacations with a lot of the things we have.
Right. So, but yes, overall, really great. Take your kids. I don't care what people say about your kid not remembering, like seeing her face when she saw Mickey and Minnie. Yeah. We also did a character breakfast, and she got to meet. Well, we did 2. We had a dining where she met all the main characters. She loved. I thought she'd be scared of meeting the characters, and she loved them. Which is just so bizarre because we saw Santa. Her first year with Santa, perfect. It was perfect. I was so worried about her seeing Santa and crying. Nothing. Perfect. This year, didn't even think about it. I got her a dress. We were like, crap, we gotta go get Santa pictures. Let's go tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We go to Santa. She's like waving at him. We did a practice run where we went to the mall and she saw him and he was waving at her. We went up to go get pictures and she started bawling immediately. Hated him. So I'm like, okay, so that's Santa Claus and she knows Santa and like knows what he looks like. Mm-hmm. Well, when you see like Stitch on the movie and Stitch in it's so different. But she was not scared. She hugged them. Mm-hmm. She thought they were fine. She was playing hide and seek with them. But yeah, I think that was her favorite part was meeting the characters, which I was shocked.
I think what helped was we went on YouTube a few times before and showed her the characters, and she liked them a lot then, and so I think seeing them just kind of made it wasn't the first time she'd seen a giant mouse like that before.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, I just seeing her have those moments. Mm-hmm. When she's this age, almost 2, like was just amazing.
It was nice, yeah.
And like everyone's like my parents and my sister, like it was just amazing seeing her. Mm-hmm. And it's just fun because now we get to go back again in like 2 years or whatever, and she'll be, we're gonna be doing all kinds of different things than we did the first trip because she'll just be bigger and more. And she loved the rides, the ones we could take her on. Mm-hmm. Before it was even over, she'd be asking for more. Like she loved it. Mm-hmm. So yes, really amazing trip. So glad we went.
And then I'm just trying to catch up on a few things. And then Christmas came, and it was funny to see like the progression of presents because like she didn't really get presents or like understand presents like what they were. And then by like the end, she was like, "All right, yeah, well, what's in this one? What's in this one?"
I guess she's funny with presents. Like she gets tired of opening presents. At first, Well, for our Christmas morning, Santa brought her a play kitchen that was just sitting out with a bow on top. Mm. And we probably didn't even need to do anything else after that. She was just sold on the kitchen. She loves that kitchen.
She's made us some delicious meals on it.
And then she would open some gifts because we kind of like, come on, let's open. And then she'll like them. But then she's kind of done with the gift opening. She just wants to play with her toys. I get it. Like, imagine you're giving all these toys and they're like taking it away from you and like, here's a box. It's just, but she did good and she got lots of toys and she's very happy and she's making us all kinds of dishes.
Yeah, I got a tomato with ketchup on it. Mm. That was delicious.
Meta.
I've gotten, that's pretty meta. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've gotten, everything has mustard on it.
Oh yeah, I don't know where she learned. Like, I mean, I guess we give her hot dogs, so we put some ketchup and a little bit of mustard for her to dip in. But we don't have hot dogs every day.
No, it's not.
But for her to know that we are she puts it on everything.
Yeah, I had a green pepper with some mustard.
I've had ice cream with mustard.
Ice cream with mustard.
That's her favorite.
I've had just mustard.
She did serve me mustard and lots of knives today.
Yeah, lots of knives. Yes.
And you got her little barista set. So she
So she makes coffee. Yeah, and she
so cute.
Because we have this thing in the morning. Because I'm like I got into coffee a few years ago, but we have this thing that now she'll just hear me like when a cat hears like a can opener and they come running, she'll hear me like open up my like bag of coffee beans and all I hear in the distance is because she loves the smell of coffee and she'll run to me going.
That's so funny that she likes the smell of coffee.
So like she smells it and then I smell it and she goes, mmm.
She's funny, yeah. So she'll make us coffee. And it's just so fun to watch her at this age. Yeah. All right, well, let the funeral begin.
That's a big shift from. Here's our daughter and our amazing Christmas and trip and everything and death.
And now my life is over.
Yes, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, I will keep my comments brief because I'm known to do so.
No, you won't.
I'm talking about the Ravens season as a whole.
Okay.
Or the end of it. Okay. So, the universe or God or whoever is a Ravens fan. It is clear to me that they are a Ravens fan and they wanted us to win. Okay?
I know.
For us to win that game, what game? You have to remind me now.
So last time we had spoken to you all, the Ravens were in the hunt, and it looked like they were probably gonna make it to the playoffs, and then they lost to the Patriots, which was a game they should have probably won, just like all the ones that they should have. I guess if you have that many should haves, you probably shouldn't have won any of them. So I guess in the end, if you really think about it. But then we had the Packers win, where it was just domination. Derrick Henry dominated. Looked like the Ravens finally figured out the formula. They did it with a backup quarterback, so it was like, okay, if Lamar comes back. So after the Packers win, which felt great, I was still miserable because it was, the Browns are actually going to beat the Steelers. Yeah. The Browns are awful. But there's always this joke I have with a friend of ours that the Browns are always like the Ravens, like attack dogs. They know where they're superior, their owners, we're the alpha here. They don't bite us. Right, kind of thing. But for some reason at the end of a lot of seasons, for the past like 20 years, they would always just for some reason knock off somebody. And so in the back of my mind I'm like, okay, they might do that. Myles Garrett's chasing the record.
I had no hope.
But I didn't say it because I was like, it's the Browns. I'm not gonna set myself up for heartbreak.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and so I watched.
But it did help that DK Metcalf
decided to hit that fan.
So I was like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, but me, I was still.
And then TJ Watt was out for that game.
Yeah.
So I was like,
lung collapsed. So
interesting.
Again, the God thing that you had mentioned. I mean, he's collapsing TJ Watt's lungs. He's making that fan say racist things at DK Metcalf to make him angry. He's doing all kinds of things, and
so I'm thinking.
Because I'm not going to do that to myself. Because
Why?
Because it's been 17 weeks I've been doing, or 16 weeks at that point I've been doing that to myself. Why would I do that now? And then they pulled it off.
Yeah, the Browns won. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I know. I was a Shedeur Sanders fan for just a very short period of time.
When I realized they won, it did feel like, okay, so this is like the story to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was like, I know you started to like feel it a little bit, being like
obviously someone's helping
because then Lamar is coming back, and you're like, and things are like,
but you're like, but okay,
yeah, the running game is there. It looks like Lamar is going to be healthy, like all the things. You're like,
and this should really pump up the players.
Yeah, and you start to like feel like when you get like Tetris just right when it comes down. I was like, here it is. This is the moment. And then
I got my hopes up.
Yeah, I know. And they got me again. But
why?
But before we jump too far ahead, the game was typical kind of Steelers Ravens. Everyone getting hurt. Everyone hurting each other.
Oh, Hamilton.
Hitting each other. It was big hits everywhere. Rodgers, as much as it pains me to say, looked good because I don't like Rodgers. He actually.
Our defense is so bad though. Once Hamilton left.
Yeah, the defense just falls apart. And he looked good. And it looked like one of those things where it's like Rodgers is going to have that drive at the end, do that. Yeah. Even though it was on Awuzie tripping. It wasn't like a, worst moment of trip ever.
And then Stanley.
And then Stanley having that, but the false start or the illegal formation. But then Lamar comes back and just answers every single time. And it was right after the Steelers had hit him and tackled him and started talking trash in his face. And he shot up and started saying something. And it looked like, okay, wait, is that going to be the spark? And I don't know why they would do that. Like, just, we were done. Like, you could have just been done. You didn't have to say anything.
I know.
And then he came out and it looked like, he looked like Lamar. He then does some amazing things.
Likely to have an amazing catch.
Like amazing throw to get to the position. Too likely to make an amazing catch. Who we have no faith. No faith in him. Even though I loved Likely last year. I was like, there's no reason to even have Andrews on the team with Likely like this. And he makes a catch finally. And
we're like, oh my God.
We were like, we did it.
We won the game.
We did it. And
we
then
somehow won this game.
And then we kneeled on it with 12 seconds left, which you could say some things led to people losing faith in Harbaugh again. I don't think that was necessarily a bad move to kneel on it in 12 seconds to give your kicker that. This looks like a missed kick to me before it even happened.
I didn't feel that way.
I was like, it's two line. I don't know. This doesn't feel right.
I just know he's missed before this season.
And then flashes a Kunda.
Yeah, seriously.
In my head,
PTSD.
Things started flashing in, and I'm like, no, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
We've had Tucker. And not everyone can be as good as Tuffer, but it's a 44-yard kick.
Yeah.
44 yards. You don't pay your kickers to kick 44 yards. You can't pay them to kick 50 plus. 44 yards is what everybody makes.
Yeah.
And then just misses it completely. And that was when I was like,
I cried instantly.
But it was the whole season in one game.
Mm-hmm.
Show up at the beginning, show up at the end, but not enough.
Yeah, and I literally almost had a heart attack leading up to those final moments. We were running and jumping and dancing, and my heart was going to explode. And I started being superstitious. I'm like, I can't stand it because I was getting pumped. I'm like, I have to sit down. This is how I was sitting. I don't want to mess anything up. I was unwell. Because I couldn't believe this was happening to us. Like, we were doing so good at the end, and then instant tears and then anger. I raged for like an hour.
Yeah. For a moment I was like, this is worse than Kunda, but then I had rationality come. I had rationality kind of come back to me, and I was like, okay, wait a second.
They should both be in prison for what they've done.
They should be. This was a bad team that almost kicked their way into the playoffs. Okay, did we deserve it or no? You could argue probably
right.
Not. The Kunda situation is we were the best team in the NFL and should have been in the Super Bowl, and that was a kick to the Super Bowl. So it was a very different thing. But this was still heartbreaking.
It was horrible, and I've not recovered, to be fair.
Then the press conferences come. Lamar gets asked about Harbaugh. He says he's not going to talk about that.
What?
Yeah,
I'm still upset by that. If he doesn't want to talk about, what was the two questions?
It was about if he was gonna, it was
Harbaugh. Like about his contract, right? And he was I'm not even thinking about that
because his contract is like a 7.
Which is fair, and don't talk about that. Yeah. But then it was about Harbaugh being his coach, or does he see him being his coach next year? Something like that. And he couldn't answer that. He just kept saying, I get he's in shock, and I would be so upset to have to be interviewed after that. Yeah.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, though. I was like, I just think you can get rude.
He couldn't even say something nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And
not even like...
I'm going to get to that once you've had your I'm going to have my...
You are not going to be mean to Harbaugh.
No, I'm not.
On this pod.
No, I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to just say, I think I've put some pieces together.
Oh, yeah. You have your big reveal moment, your big gotcha moment.
Let's not play it up. It's just, I've put together people that have sources that I think maybe this is what happened.
Well, watching Loop walk through the locker room with Harbaugh and everyone like tweeting about it, like, oh, look at this coach walking with his guy, having his guy's back. I would never talk to that man again. I'm saying it on the record. When they asked Lamar, what did you say to Loop after the loss or whatever, he's like, oh, I haven't talked to him. That's what I'm talking about, Lamar.
There goes
They should shun him and never speak to him again.
There goes Tyler being a guest on our podcast.
I don't want him. I don't think anyone wants him. He's going to be begging to be on this podcast, where his career's going to go in the toilet. I'm sorry, but You have a job. You have one job.
I know.
I just don't understand.
Mine's a series of things with it.
Right, but my thing is like, one, you have a job. You couldn't even do your one job. This is literally all you freaking do.
Mm-hmm.
One. Two, imagine being Lamar, being Likely, being Zay Flowers, actually catching those balls and getting those touchdowns, working their asses off to get to that position. They are working. I mean, now, yes, should our team have been better the whole game so we didn't have to be in that position? Obviously,
But that's
yes.
always a dumb argument.
Well, right, of course. But just imagine you're like, okay, our team sucks right now. We need to really fight. Like, you're pumping your guys up. And then that's how it ends. It's all a team effort game until this one idiot goes to kick a field goal. It's all on him.
Mm-hmm.
He will not be in our team next year. I will make sure of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want a kicker at all. I'd rather have no one. We will always go for two. I mean, we will always go for two. Because I'd rather have no kicker on my team than have Taylor Loop on it. That's my statement.
Just going for it.
No kicker.
Yeah. My issue with Loop was well before that kick. Because,
you and John.
Because people they bring oh, he's had a 90% whatever accuracy. Well, okay, but it was around week 11. I don't know if that's exact week, but we were in a situation, or Ravens were in a situation where they had to kick a 52-yard, or they could have kicked a 52-yard field goal, but they chose to punt. And it wasn't a win situation. It was just our kicker probably can't make a 52-yard kick.
Yeah.
A 52-yard kick. I know if we're talking about a 59, 61-yard kick, and you're like, if we miss it, we give them the field position late, all this kind of stuff. You got to play it conservative. 52 is not what happens. These are NFL kickers.
Yeah.
I mean, of course we can't have Tucker, kicking 66-yarders like we had before. But if he wants to come back,
Listen, he was making mistakes before too.
Oh no,
it wasn't
I know.
just about his penis.
Well, he's clearly his penis got us in trouble, but it's his leg now that is probably a problem.
Keep
but
going.
Anyway, with
we
Loop,
could talk about
there was that, but then there's the fact that Loop couldn't kick a kickoff in bounds.
And Lamar said he yelled at him.
He yelled at
I love that.
He did that in that game. He led the league in it. In those penalties.
Tyler Loop and Lamar coming up to you and yelling at you. I would cry.
You're the kicker getting yelled at by the best player on the team.
I think it's just so funny that Lamar, I don't know where they are in relation on the bench, where they're all sitting. But do you think Lamar got up and walked all the way down the loop to yell at him?
After a kickoff, too. Which is funny because Lamar could just stay seated because it's a kickoff.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be playing for a little bit. But no, he went and he found him.
I just think that's funny. And I hope that's on this episode of Wired. I want to see this happening because I think that is so funny.
That way, if the Wired people were really mean, they're like, screw Luke. We're going to really show all this. Play the wah wah music every time he comes up. But and so there's a lot of stuff with Luke that it wasn't even that made me mad. But and then the thing that also God or the universe wanted us to win is they made Boswell, the Steelers kicker, miss the extra point.
I know that. I know.
So the field goal wasn't to tie like it should have been. It was to win. And that was...
He could have... There's two paths he could have taken for his career, and he just went down the worst.
He could have chosen the path to become one of the best kickers.
And as a rookie, can you imagine?
I know. Go down there, get in a massage parlor.
So that happened, and we were devastated. So instantly, it's like, what are the Ravens gonna do? Are they gonna get rid of Lamar? Are they gonna get rid of Harbaugh? Are they gonna get rid of everyone? I said in anger to get rid of everyone, including Lamar, the entire team.
Yeah,
because I was angry.
And then I tried to say, well, maybe not, and you're like, no, why would we keep anyone? And then I had to wait for you to get maybe to a different level to where I could say, well, maybe Harbaugh.
Well, I did say that. I did say Harbaugh.
Well, you did, but you still didn't really ever want
I didn't believe it with my heart, but in my head, I knew that we had, my worry was that whatever happened this past season, it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
It's not getting through.
Yeah.
And the people aren't playing how they're supposed to. And I finally realized after that game, I just think it's time for a major change. And I said out of anger to get rid of Harbaugh, but the next day I regretted it.
Yeah.
And I needed to repent.
And then yesterday came.
And then I asked you guys, I'm like, oh, the boys in the chat. I was like, guys, are we going to hear about Harbaugh tomorrow? And they were like, no, we're not going to hear about him tomorrow. Eventually, but not tomorrow. And then it was the next day at dinner time in the Chipotle.
And tears.
Instant tears. I literally, well, it wasn't like I was already upset because we heard it on the way to Chipotle. They should sponsor us.
I know.
You already told me, and I was just like, well, no one's like the team hasn't come out and said anything yet, and then they did. But what made me cry was seeing Harbaugh post.
Yeah. You could definitely tell it. Like,
it makes me sad.
It took him by surprise. It wasn't something he saw coming.
Don't put us in the pod.
Which was confusing to me. How he didn't think it was going to happen at all. Like
I know. So since then, what have we learned? Basically, his line was Monken.
Yeah, so
which is bizarre.
Yeah, he said or that the reports are saying that
allegedly
that he had to get new coordinators, and
obviously
that was the obvious answer.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, like
at least them.
So then he came in saying, It sounds like he came in saying, "All right, you can maybe but you're not Monken."
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what are you like, John? What are you talking about? Like it's
and you want to start off that way. So you're like, you know what, I'm going to go in there and say I want my guy.
Yeah, you back off.
But when Bisciotti,
yeah.
When Bisciotti's like, no. I mean, you've seen that guy. I don't think he's fun. I don't think he plays around.
I think that's the scariest meeting.
For sure.
That you'd ever, because he clearly is like mob tied up.
Like, he has a lot of pressure. I mean, he's keeping up. I'm sure someone's keeping up with all these news reports about what he should do. This is a lot of pressure. I don't want that job.
He's also like a huge Ravens fan. He's not like these other owners that don't like care that much.
Yeah.
He really loves the Ravens. That was why he bought them.
So if Harbaugh walks in there and says, "This is my guy, I want to stick with him," and Bisciotti's like, "No," Harbaugh should be like, "Okay, maybe you're right."
Maybe all right.
But it seemed like that never happened.
He just refused, and that's where I have like a kind of an idea that maybe Harbaugh was kind of done too.
You think?
I think so, because
why would he be done?
I think like he hears it too, and like I think you also know after 18 years, like the thing that Harbaugh always does, he's like a corny guy in a good way, like it's genuine from him, so it's not like a fake corniness. And every year he has like a new message. Mm-hmm. And I think you hear like the average, I was talking to our friend John about this, but you hear like the average like life expectancy of like a good coach is like 10 years. Because then your message starts to go stale. Well, he lasted 18. So I think he probably felt that message just wasn't landing anymore. And
then change your message. Like,
well, I mean, he does
go to Bali, become one with nature.
But I think if he doesn't do those things he's done for 18 years, it's never going to be believable anyway, because he is that corny good guy, good leader.
I'm not saying that, but why can't he just think of another way to say things?
I think he does. I think he does every year, and
this is just like,
I think it was just like, hey, I just don't have it here anymore. This is all speculation.
But he has no problems with Lamar.
So
allegedly.
So I think.
Although
that's where my thing is.
It's reported that he has no issues with Lamar. He has no issues with the team, reportedly.
Yeah.
And he's tight with Monken. So what's his problem?
I think it's that trifecta. That's the problem.
Okay.
So my theory, because the first things we heard was the tied to Monken thing.
Yeah.
That was why. Monken is not likable.
No.
So like apparently that's not players don't really like him. He's a kind of a difficult person to play for, which again I don't think is a bad thing for coaches sometimes. I think you can be respected but not liked, as you can be a kind of a hard ass, but like Belichick for instance, like he's a hard ass, but you respect him. So maybe he had that for a little bit, but then I think Lamar and Monken just couldn't speak to each other, and then you heard about how Harbaugh had to be the middleman between. Really? But yeah, so there was a report.
I didn't hear about this.
There was a report that came out that Harbaugh had to be the middleman between his offensive coordinator and his quarterback. As an owner, I would be concerned if my head coach has to be a middleman between someone that is part of his staff and our star player. Mm-hmm. Like something needs to change there, or you need to change it. And this is where I think Harbaugh could have saved his job in the middle of the season. just like he has done before, is get a new offensive coordinator in the middle of the season. We did that in 2012 when we won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So I just don't know. He was very tied to Monken for some reason.
Because I saw the Browns reach out for an interview
Which
with
the
him.
Browns, side note, Browns just can't get out of their own way. They're eliminated, and the first move they make is like, hey, we want to interview Todd Monken. One of the worst candidates that's out there.
Yeah, but my point is like, so you're you lose your job over your homie, and your homie's getting out of here.
I know.
He's not taking you with him.
I see what you mean. So my theory goes back to that. I think that corny message that he does works if people respect you. And so I think all the players respected Harbaugh for 17 years. And this is what happened.
Because of the middleman thing.
And then I think the team really hates Monken. The players really hated Monken. And then there was a report that came out that they would spend all week with a game plan. They would practice this game plan over and over again. And then a quarter into it, Monken would abandon the game plan. And the players would be like, what the hell? Why are we changing everything? So then they hated Monken. And then Harbaugh keeps coming in and defending him. And then I think what happened is the players lost. Then we're like, John, what are you doing? I thought you were here to help us win. Clearly, this is the problem. He keeps defending his guy. I think kind of gets lost in his loyalty because he is a good guy. And then the respect is gone on top of the corniness, and then I think the message fails. So that's my theory as to how Lamar and stuff would not defend it anymore, because he's like, you're defending the guy that's dragging us down, and you know that, but you're so loyal. And I think that's probably why it broke down to this point. And when he went to Bisciotti and said, I'm not going to leave if we get rid of Monken, then, it just proves, I think, what all the players and everything were told Bisciotti before that.
Well, I did see that apparently player input did have something to do with it. So if you're Bisciotti knowing your team hates this guy, but Harbaugh won't leave, won't fire him, then you're gonna be like, well, okay, then you're fired too.
And not just won't fire him, but won't even be there if you do fire him. That's just such a hard.
What do you mean? Won't even be there?
If Harbaugh's saying I'm not gonna fire him, and basically saying you're gonna have to fire me, and that's what happened. And Bisciotti's like, all right, bet.
Yeah, so this is just a very sad time. I feel like we've lost the father.
Yes, but exciting offseason.
I'm not excited. Why are you excited?
Because
I saw the names of coaches that they're pitching on commentators and stuff. Yeah. Who?
They're all pretty known people.
Who are they?
This is the cool thing is Orioles suck all the time and stuff. I get the Ravens are the good thing, and we have the star quarterback. And the thing that makes all the coaching candidates be the best coaching candidate, hopefully, will come here, is not necessarily just because of Lamar and the fact that they have a decent franchise. It's the fact that they know if you have a bad season, you're not going to get fired the first year. You probably, if you do decent, you probably have a job for 10 years. If you do well, because teams like the Ravens, the Steelers, they don't fire coaches. They give you a chance. And so every good coach can with it. Even coaches that probably weren't available anymore, like Freeman from Notre Dame. I mean, on the radio, we heard Saban. I don't want Saban. I don't know why people got excited about that, because there's no way Lamar is going to be clicking with Nick Saban. That's just not a thing that's going to happen. People brought up Belichick, but again, do we have to deal with his girlfriend? So
it would be interesting. I kind of like that one the best.
I know. I like the idea of it, but I just wish he wouldn't have done all that stuff to his image with the girlfriend.
Who cares?
I know.
We want Tucker back now, so why don't we just bring them all back?
I do think because the one other coach that saw the potential in Lamar that we saw was him, and because they were going to draft. So I haven't heard that he would even be considering, but there is
he probably wants a lot of money though.
Yeah, but we do have ties to him. We've always liked each other. I don't know. That's just one.
That's the only name I've heard that's exciting.
There's Robert Saleh.
I don't want him.
I like him. I don't mind him.
No.
I think the image in your head is Hard Knocks.
Yeah. You let Aaron Rodgers walk all over him.
Well, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is an asshole. But I don't know if that's fair to Robert Saleh, because he is a very good defensive mind.
He left the Jets and he went to the 49ers.
As their defensive guy.
Right.
He does.
Okay.
He's done good. So he's good.
No
And
one
he
talks
and
about
he's a
him.
good like leader. I'm not like
Do you
saying.
think Lamar's gonna be homies with that guy?
I think that
Why is
clicks
my
pretty
word
well.
with the podcast homies? Like,
I
I don't
don't know.
like it.
Let's change it to the homie timeout.
Yeah, homies. That sounds
It's a
bad.
different audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's him. I mean, you're hearing people like Minter
Who?
from yeah. He looks like a
I looked at everyone.
mhm,
I read their names.
yeah.
Don't know any of them
Yeah, it's fine.
except for the bald one, Rob.
Sala, yeah.
And I don't like his last name.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Harbaugh just has a ring to it.
Jim?
What? No. Talk about corny.
Their dad?
They literally based Ted Lasso off of him.
Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah.
What if we got Harbaugh back? Has that ever happened in history? We fired a coach and said, "Never mind, come back, baby."
Has a franchise ever embarrassed themselves like that before?
Yes.
No.
Never. So it's like not even possible.
No. He's
What if Harbaugh's like, "Sorry, I was just like PMSing that day." You're right, Monken's. Monken's gonna go to the Browns. What an a-hole! You guys were right the whole time. Am I right, homie? He says that to Lamar.
I said homie again.
I like homie.
No,
He's trying to be cool.
that's not an option. But there's like Anthony Weaver. He used to be a Raven.
Sounds like a caterpillar.
Okay.
Like a Pokemon.
Yeah, Weaver.
Yeah.
I think a cool thing I would like is get one of those coaches that, like, if you were to end up with Salah or Weaver or really any of them, but then you get what's his face from the Dolphins as your offensive coordinator.
You want Mike McDonald?
Yeah, I think that he's so weird and goofy, and he works well with those kind of like skill positions that I think he could do something with I don't want him as a head coach, but I think as an offensive coordinator it could be good.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. I liked him.
Yeah, and clearly the Dolphins, when they heard Harbaugh was available, they started leaking stuff like, "Oh, we have interest, maybe."
Really?
Harbaugh, and meanwhile, McDonald.
They already talked about keeping him for the next season, though.
I know,
Well, I guess
but
it's
as soon as
contract.
it's like that meme with the guy looking over his shoulder at the girl. Yeah, Harbaugh was, and they're looking at him.
Well, I want him to be our piece of ass. I don't want others to have him. Yeah. Do you see how frustrating that is? We fired this guy, and everyone wants a piece of him. Why didn't we want him?
What's crazy to me is the media is very.
Did we make a mistake?
No, you couldn't. If he refused, the only way out was if he stayed and said, "There's no way Orr and Monken are going to be our coordinators next year."
I understand, but do you, now that it's official and you've seen the scrubs that we might be interviewing,
scrubs, there's some good candidates.
You feel like this is the right thing?
Yes.
I don't think we're getting back to the Super Bowl for at least 2 years.
I know you keep saying that, but my bold prediction is
what is it?
that they probably win the Super Bowl next year, because what always happens is some new coach comes in and everybody gets excited and rejuvenated. Just think about when Harbaugh came in. I think they went to AFC Championship that year. Like it just, you have the framework there. You have the number one, number two quarterback.
The same team, Gardner. It's like you forget.
But you'll have the 14th pick in the draft. Okay, so you've listed the two worst players to list.
Likely's gone.
Okay, yeah.
Andrews is signed. I'm not going to go off on a tangent about Andrews.
Yeah, but
Zay Flowers.
But anyway, we're losing track here a little bit. But I think that they will just, because that happens in every sport. Whenever a new coach comes, not whenever, but most of the time when you have a good team and then they have a new coach come in, they all get amped up and do well.
Assuming that it goes well.
Yeah, and I assume it will, because it's the Ravens.
How could you assume that when they treated Harbaugh like trash?
Well, they didn't treat Harbaugh like trash. They gave him a job for 18 years and let him do pretty much whatever he wanted for those 18 years.
Well, here's my deal. If Harbaugh is gone, Tomlin is gone.
Probably, yeah. If they're eliminated this weekend,
they have to be.
Then they'll fire Tomlin.
Because I don't want to hear it. And by the way, if you're a Steelers fan that was excited after that win,
that's a weird
I will never understand you.
Yeah, I think
you guys are trash.
I think that they're just as miserable as we are about their season and knowing that they don't belong in this stuff.
Right.
And then to fall into the playoffs the way they did. It was just more. It's the same way it was validation for us that we didn't deserve to be there. It was validation for them that they didn't deserve to be there. So I think that they feel the same. It is funny how Ravens and Steelers always seem to be just the same team. Like,
well, I was looking at people's Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that, well, it's going to be exciting offseason because a few different reasons. We're going to hear the coaching candidate stuff, which I think is exciting because you get to learn about that. And then
I'll be wearing black for the rest of this season.
The Ravens have the 14th pick in the draft, which is very exciting.
Okay. Oh, what linemen are we going to draft? Oh.
Who's the last player the Ravens got it when they were in 14th pick?
How would I know? But I will
You do
guess.
know. You do know.
I know, but I watch draft every year.
Yeah.
How many years ago was this? This helps.
3.
14.
3 or 4.
Hamilton.
Yes.
I did that.
So, yeah.
I'm so smart.
Yeah. So it's not, who's the lineman they're going to get, because it's going to be a good player. And so that's a huge deal because look at what one pick can do.
Listen, that's great and all. But we need to work. Our offense is trash.
They need linemen.
We aren't talking about how bad our wide receivers, Bateman who?
Yeah. So
Likely who? We signed Andrews. Who made that decision? Because they are in drugs.
You said you weren't going into that.
I know, you're right. But I was just saying, like, the offense the Ravens have, there is none.
Yeah. So
I don't understand.
So I know that
we have to start over.
So I know no.
Trash them.
This is why you definitely could not be a GM or anything, because you would erase the team every year you didn't win a Super Bowl.
If you screwed me over, you'd be done.
So the reason the thing that always comes down to is line. So when you're like, what offensive line are they gonna, I hope if there's an amazing guard or tackle there, boring. It doesn't matter.
We got Trenton Simpson.
It doesn't matter.
What is he doing for us?
Well, he wasn't a first round pick. Oh. What I'd prefer they use it on is a pass rusher, to finally get a real pass rusher, or do whatever you got to do to get
Max Crosby.
do whatever you got to do to get Max Crosby.
I always see the rumblings about us getting him, but that's never going to happen, is it?
It could. Yeah.
What a shitty team to be on.
I know, and it's so like if you do whatever you got to do to get a pass rusher, whether it's the draft or that changes the team, a huge amount.
Yeah,
and
we need Ed Reed.
As what?
We need a Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis? Yeah, we need that kind of player. Yeah, of course.
Why can't they come be our coaches?
Because if they haven't been coaches in the NFL.
What if you have co-coaches? No. Co-head coaches? No. Because they come as a package deal.
No, they don't.
Always.
But anyway, I think ideally, because I think you can get guards, and very good guards in the third round, usually second and third round. I think the Ravens can get that in the second and third round. I'd like for a pass rusher in the first round.
You know that we're just going to trade back anyway. So why are we asking?
I definitely don't think they will, because I think they'll have a new head coach and they'll want to make a splashy move with the head coach. I think if anything, they'll trade up.
Well, I hear it's a bad quarterback class, so that probably means all the other positions will be hot.
Apparently, there's only 15 on Mel Kiper's board, 15 first-round rated players out of the 32. So
it's a bad class in general.
Yeah, in general.
So
yeah.
that's
in early. So it's an okay class past that, but for first-round talent, it's not. So it's nice to be in the top 14 when that happens, because you're probably going to get one of those guys. So that's kind of a good thing. So it's going to be exciting offseason because there's going to be a lot of change, a lot of news and stuff. You're going to figure out type of team this is going to be. Is it going to be a defensive-minded team like it always has been? Is it going to be more offensive-minded?
Viewers, this conversation right here that we're having should give you some insight on the kind of people we are. Gardner is very optimistic, excited about our future. The future is bright. I am a forever pessimist. Our future is dead. This team will not see the playoffs for 5 years. Lamar is gonna waste his talent, and he's gonna get hurt, and he's gonna be done, or he's gonna get traded to another team and do great over there, and it will just be a sad black hole in Ravens history that could have been avoided if we kept Harbaugh. And I will say, I was right.
How does any of that get stopped by Harbaugh being here?
I'm sad.
Lamar,
and the fact that you've moved on. Oh, I'm such a man, and just moving on to the next thing. Or I'm back here what just happened?
I'm not moving on to the next thing. What I am doing as a man is I'm bottling up my feelings about losing Harbaugh, and I'm not really facing that right now.
And you're a therapist.
I do love Harbaugh. I love how he coaches. I love the fact, like, as like a leader, that is who I would want to be on, like, as like a team person. Like, I'm not even saying the religious stuff or anything. I'm just saying as somebody who can talk in front of a whole group of people that are nothing like him, be as genuine as he is, because he's corny and he knows he is, and it doesn't matter, and he still just believes it and does it, and because of that, people follow him. The fact that he picks the best people for the positions and will go to fight for his guys, and to a fault, that is so cool. I get the whole, like, hey, this father figure type thing, because he's like an uncle. He's like an uncle to me. Like that's what it feels like after knowing him this many years. But I am not facing that right now, and I'm looking at where my heart really is, which is with the Baltimore Ravens.
And you're okay with him going somewhere else and spreading his hardball joy with these other players?
Yeah, he's gonna
go pumping them up. People respect him there.
That's another thing that's annoying me. Every headline this is annoying me about the media in general. I have two things about the media. We're already on an hour, so
we should stop after this.
So I have two things about the media. But the one is, can we stop introducing him as a former special teams coach on every headline?
Are they doing it because it's impressive or no?
It's not impressive. Like, it's just a thing. I was saying this. I worked at a movie. That's where Michelle and I met. We worked as movie theater employees, but I've been a therapist for over a decade now. And I think if someone was like, former movie theater employee, former usher at the movie theater,
you have pride about
is my therapist. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, well, that's kind of weird that you would bring that up. Like, the guy was a special teams coach, I think, for like a year.
Yeah.
He was a DB coach, too. We don't bring that up. But, like, for 18 years, he was he's a Hall of Fame coach. Mm-hmm. And we keep bringing up the fact that, they hired a typical special teams guy. 18. This is true. This is local radio, so it's not a host or anything, but like a fan called and goes, yeah, and how good has our special teams been? And then when they looked it up while he was on the phone, and the guy said, well, in 2023 they were number 1, in 2024 they were number 2. And it's like, this guy is like trying to make a point.
He's actually funny,
but no, he was serious. Like, it's funny that Ravens fans are the worst.
It is impressive, though. I think that's impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive.
How did someone look at Harbaugh and be like, oh, he's gonna be a good head coach?
Yeah,
what other special?
Apparently, he like won him over in the interview. Like,
why don't we interview special team coach or special team coaches?
I don't know. According to you, these are a bunch of no names that don't whatever. So you don't want to.
I like our own special teams coach. I think he's nice.
Okay,
we should promote him to head HC.
That would be quite the move. But then the other thing about the media is, before firing him, they had a segment every hour on every channel, on every podcast, every radio. The Ravens need to fire Harbaugh. They fire Harbaugh, and that's all they had. They fire him, and now it's like, what a stupid mistake the Ravens have made. I have seen that in everything. Have the Ravens just sacrificed their coach because of what Lamar wanted? It's like,
I have not heard that.
I have. It's that guy that looks like a magician on ESPN that's really annoying.
I saw a clip of him saying congratulations to the Ravens for keeping Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and then the tail end of that was picking Lamar Jackson over their coach, and will this affect them into the future and stuff. And it's like, it's always this thing of like,
he's also very negative.
Oh yeah, he's a
Chiefs fan.
He's like a wannabe Stephen A. Smith type guy.
I love Stephen A. Smith.
No one loves Stephen A. Smith.
What does Stephen A. Smith say about the Ravens? I really feel like I've only heard positive things. We can talk about that next time.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll have lots of podcasts in the future about coaching and how disappointed I am and how I miss Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
Yes, it was really sad. I am sad.
It's the most sad. I want Belichick. That's my pick.
And John, if you want to come on the podcast, and talk it out with us,
we should have him on next time.
Yeah, I meant Harbaugh. I did not mean our friend John. I meant John Harbaugh. I don't want that guy. Like, what do I care about him? What he thinks? No, John.
No, Harbaugh is absolutely welcome.
Yeah, he's welcome on the podcast.
And I will be nice to him, and I won't be mean, but I will say that Moncton was stupid.
Yeah, I don't think
he should not have let that guy be the reason why he left Baltimore. Yeah. Okay. All right, well that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the month, basically month break, but we are back.
Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
And we look forward to going through our first off season together with you all. And we'll have probably some baseball talk coming up and things like that.
And yeah, draft stuff.
Draft. Yeah, I'm excited for the draft.
Yeah.
I'll be able to like do a real draft board and everything and show it off.
Oh, cute. We should make one. All right, well, thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on our podcast, our Twitter, our YouTube, our Instagram.
Yes.
We will be back next week. I'm doing this off script completely.
Yes, that's pretty good.
We'll be back next week to talk more about hot goss, hot takes, and hot ass Harbaugh. Bye.
Bye, everybody.